And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course co-leader of the team, still unboomable. Just pull it up to make the intro. That, of course, is... where's None Defense? There he is. 392 victory points. Our real leader is Miss Boom Bitch Angie, who is sleeping. You'll notice it's 2:50 a.m. I'll be going to bed right after this video. And, of course, our co-leaders, Mr. Nick Hill, Bronsoon, and our officers HB, Hex, Titan, and Bone, and Marshall. In no particular order, but I'm pretty sure I got all of them. Okie dokie. So this is the third installment of this particular video series that all is tied in with the Booming Without Borders campaign. And with the Avengers, the previous two videos, we're going over their op attacks. We've covered, what was it? Breakwater, that was done in one attack by Monkey, and we looked at Wallop, and we looked at High Five. This video will be a shorter video that it's going to be dedicated to looking at the various attacks on Gambit, but I'm also going to try to slow things down, and I'm going to ask you guys tomorrow to watch at least this video, okay? So let's go ahead and start talking about what you're going to need to know tomorrow. And then those who want to watch the reviews of the attacks can do so afterwards. So that way, if you're just here to get the info that's going to help you right now, then we'll just go over that. So in the morning, before I start the operation, I'll fill up the entire roster. I've got the accounts. I can do it. It's not a problem. Don't even worry about it. So I will fill up the roster. And it'll be most of them will be either accounts either controlled by myself or my lovely lady, Miss Angie. We will have some volunteers, some actual real life players on our real team. Excuse me, it's really late. We got busy. We're still stuck on. We didn't quite beat Stronghold today. We're about a base short. It was very. We had really three really complex layouts, but really good video material in terms of learning stuff. There's plenty to learn off of it, so we'll continue to improve ourselves. See, I never pretended that we're the absolute best and undefeated and all that stuff. The reason we're not undefeated is because we take on, extra hard operations. That's what we do, and this whole training is all about teaching you guys how to do that as well. Alrighty, so we're going to, tomorrow, the roster will be full. Hopefully they will have gotten me a promotion at some point. I'll make sure to ask about that after I do the video. I try not to type on the video. And guys, if you're ever wondering, why can't you just tell us in chat? Because I'm a really terrible typer. See my point. Like, you really want to make me type all that out when I can just say it out loud? Hey, I'm a really terrible typer. See my point. You got me? Like, now you can hear the voice. Like, that's why. It's not to get the YouTube channel up. I mean, it'd be nice if I made $1 billion off of it, but come on, let's be realistic. That's not going to happen. This is just a little hobby, guys. Alrighty. So we're going to fill up the roster. We're going to start the operation. What I need you guys to do, excuse me, I do smoke marijuana, guys. I don't like advertise it and force you guys to do it, but I don't hide it either. So there it is. Anyway, all right. So what I'm going to need you guys to do tomorrow is, hopefully you'll watch this video, and we will be able to quickly identify who watched the video. All I'm going to ask you to do is just let me get all of my attacks in first, okay? So just let me get them all in, and I will do everything in my power, and I don't know which op we're going to start yet until the roster's full. Theoretically, we should be able to handle Bottleneck no problem. We might even be able to get all the way up to Tinderbox. I think Foxtrot is going to be out of our reach, even if I bring over our absolute best accounts. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what the numbers say. But we also have to keep in mind, I'm only seeing on average You know, like there's a lot of the bigger ops where you have like 20, 25 attacks. So you know we can't count on everybody attacking. So I'm gonna weigh that all in, and we'll just see. But the goal is to beat a hard operation. So you're gonna let me get all of my attacks in, and please take the time to watch the video afterwards. And if you're watching this video, then hopefully I can convince you to watch at least a couple more. And then you guys, I swear, hopefully you'll be all caught up in between this and my personal time that I take with you in the chat. A terrible chat. Then I think we'll be able to at least get y'all pointed in the right direction, and you can steer your own ship. I mean, you're right there, guys. You know, it's just a matter of just, you know, making some adjustments across the board. All right, what are you going to need to know tomorrow? Team artillery. You may see me write that in the notes. I'll say team artillery. Here, let's look at a untouched layout. Okay. Residue. Untouched. Pause. Okay. And don't think about this. Don't think that I'm giving you away the secret plan for every time you beat residue. Every time you do. That's not that. It's just an example. I would say drop left. That means you're dropping your troops over here. Whichever your troops are. And I'll call for it. I'll be like, high tanks. Drop left. Okay. Hookah. And I was like, high hookah. That means the guy's in a high upper level. Or low hookah. Meaning you guys down in the low. Or a mid. You know, you're just keep an eye out for these keywords. But anyway, I'll be like, so let's say mid hookah, drop left, okay, fight rockets, okay, so that means you're going to flare and shock, okay, team artillery, doom cannon, DC, team artillery, DC. So what that means is you're dropping, shocking, flaring. Okay. Oh, and how do I say this? You guys don't ask your leaders to write every little detail in the notes. Somebody, please just have the foresight to barrage the minefield. You know what I mean? Like, just somebody needs to do that. So if you're the first one in, like, you either need to walk your guys across it or you need to barrage it. And, you know, it's kind of on you as the first attacker to make sure those are gone for the next guy. All right. So don't try to, you know, sneak around minefields and stuff. Like, get rid of those things for the next guy. You're attacking first. That's what you need to do. But anyway, so the term would be drop left, fight rockets, team artillery, DC. So that means you're going to drop left, you're going to shock, and if you're good with smoke, then by all means, you can smoke your way up here. You can fight this stuff. And by team artillery, meaning team artillery that means everybody, when you hit the attack button, you're throwing a minimum of 2 artillery and 2 barrage on the target, whatever the target is. And the theory with team artillery is if everybody on every attack throws 2 barrage and 2 artillery at the desired target, then 2 or 3 attacks in, that thing's down. You know what I mean? And we're typically team artillerying things that are more difficult for us to fight directly. You know, so we might be calling for team artillery on stuff back here, stuff that's not going to be as easy for us to go and physically engage. And so the idea is by the time we're in a situation where this stuff is going to start looking at us, it's already gone because we team artilleried it. You know, team artillery is kind of our way of fighting the battle in front of us, but also preparing the battle behind us. Does that make sense? Or do you kind of understand the point? So we want to fight the stuff here. We want to bomb the stuff back here. All right, so we don't need to bomb this stuff. We'll fight this stuff. We brought our troops to war, man. Let's let our troops battle. So we're going to fight this stuff. We're going to bomb stuff back here. So the term team artillery means you're going to drop 2 barrage, 2 artillery. Okay? Nothing to it. I'll pull up another quick layout. Terms that I made so that was residue. Let's look at high 5. Okay? So pause. So for here, the note would read Warriors, Smoke Shockers, okay? And again, I don't want to have to write every single little detail. So it's just when I say Warrior SL, okay, then I need you to know what that means. And that means you're going to drop 2 to 3 smoke here, depending. So 1, 2, 3, drop, flare, smoke, smoke, right? Wait for the smoke to clear, shock this, let it destroy, flare this, smoke, let it settle, shock. You know, you're going to shock these boom cannons and that thing's gone. So that's how I would read it. Like Warriors, Shockers, left side. You know, and I need, you know what it is that entails. So, and then as soon as that's done, then I'm calling Warriors, Rocket, right side. And that means somebody's going to put a little low-level warrior there. And then I'm going to change the notes. And here's the tricky part. Not every team can do this, but I try as a team, and it's not just me, it's Nick, and it's Angie, and it's Braun, and it's our other officers. We try to keep up with the notes. It's hard. So sometimes, guys, you're going to have to be, required to make your own plan because there won't be a leader or an officer. But from practice and experience, you'll be able to look at these situations and be like, well, I know last time we played, we took on high five, some guys warrior this first, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. I'll be that guy. That's what the team needs, is people to say, I'll be that guy. Like, I'll swap. Like, why not? So that's an example there. Then you change the notes like all Zukas, borderline. Let's view battle. I don't know what happened here, but I'm not here to judge you, Dusty. So if the notes were right here, just as is, I would be like, I would want to check the range on this, but the shock launcher range should be here, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going all Zuka, drop, front, right? Kind of like front, slight left, and for just in front of the BCs. Drop Zukas, front of BCs, let them fight BCs, keep this area shocked, as needed. And just kind of work through there. And riflemen can do it, Zukas can do it. And again, I love riflemen, but sometimes you just need Zukas. Even though you have twice as many riflemen, you get 3 times the punch with Zukas. So that's kind of how we play the numbers there. That's going to be, all right, I think that's going to be enough to kind of at least get y'all kind of just paying attention. And what I'm going to be looking for is particularly guys that, are popping up in the chat and asking for any specific instructions or, participating. Like, that's what I'm going to be eyeballing. Remember, I'm not kicking anybody and I'm not suggesting anybody gets kicked. But as far as helping the leaders identify the guys who are paying attention, absolutely. And we're going to point fingers at the ones who are paying attention. The ones that aren't, we'll ignore them for now. Trust me, in time, replacements will come along and we'll deal with those guys later. But right now, it's all about we're figuring out who is on the team for real. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to keep working towards. All right, now you've all tuned in for this review. So let's see. We promised we were going to look at Gambit. Gambit. I believe you beat it. I don't have my list out in front of me. I was in the bedroom where I usually do my videos. Oh, I'm on the wrong op. Ha ha ha. I'm an idiot. All right, Gambit. We are looking for Gambit. There it is. So Mick was the first attack on Gambit. We've discussed Mick's troops. I think hopefully by now we've all agreed. Either be a hookah user or be a rifle user. Don't mix them. And as far as these sinky low-level tanks, don't even bother. You're wasting your team's time, your troops' time, your time, my time, his time, her time. Everybody's time. Okay, so let's watch this attack. See what went wrong. Alrighty. Now, maybe you had these tanks just because you were upgrading or something like that. And if that's your case, fine. Alright, I'll give you that. How did these riflemen help you? And I'll keep making a point. Like, they're not helping you. Like, what did they do that couldn't have been handled with just what you brought already? you know, with just the heavies and the Zookas. What did they do? They could, right, that's my point. I don't even want to watch that, because we know where that's going. Okay. No, we've already looked at Wheeljack. We're looking at Gambit. Where's Gambit? Venomous one. Balls. Alrighty. You know, warriors. I can get rid of all three of these warriors, and if not one low-level warrior, then two low-level warriors. You know, and then all three of these are gone. Just saying. Very easy. Not hard to do. What you doing here, pal? Shock. Give me some good shock. Give me some good shock. I like the smoke. I'm familiar with that technique of smoking. I wish you wasn't a barrage, though. When you're going after Rocket Zuka style or Hookah style, like, you really need that shock. But, you know, it was a great attack. You got rid of all three rockets. You know, they're gone. That was your goal. You clearly went in with a goal. Section Briggs. Alright, everybody, say it with me. No mixed troops. You want to be a Zuka user? Cool, man. You want to be a rifleman? Cool, man. This weak tanks, this weak. And again, everybody's like, oh, man, he hates weak tanks. Yeah, yes, I do. I do. In operation, it's funny. Player bases, like, you can go in with some pretty low-level tanks and beat some pretty advanced players. I don't know why, you just can. But operations, it just doesn't work. You know, whereas you can laugh at rockets all day long on a player base, you come to an operation, and I've seen even one rocket with certain setups, certain layouts, and certain damage masterpieces, where even just one rocket can beat you down. It's just one rocket. Level 3. Let's see. Alright, so he's going to come over here and he's going to work on this. I mean, it's okay. Please don't barrage mortars. Like, you need to be dealing with all this stuff back here. Like, you could have, somebody should have at least taken 2 artillery and just boop, boop, and then that's gone. You know, but it's alright. Alright, I'm going to give this an attack an okay. I don't like the retreat there. But, I mean, you were a dead man regardless. But, had you gone in with just a solid little hookah, you would have done much better. There's no doubt about that. Better than you. Well, I love the fact that you were running all riflemen and they're level 12. I doubt you're better than me, though. Better than you. So, we'll see. Show me what you got. Because riflemen, that's my world. So, now you got to impress me. Okay. Nice little shock. Not bad. Gotta be a little faster on that flamethrower. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna show why are we still ticking. Did you forget to drop a boat or something? I can only assume you forgot to drop a boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You must have forgot to drop a boat. That's all I can think. Well, now I kind of want to find out. Are you going to drop boats there at the end? I don't know. I guess I'll never know because I'm just not patient enough. But I am patient enough to watch it again and talk you through exactly what I would have done. If you're going in all riflemen, regardless of level, you're going to drop here, you did fine. You're going to flare here. You didn't do that. You just flared here. I know you say, oh, it's about the same. Well, yeah, but you get kind of a grouping when you're flaring these corners early. You get kind of just a natural grouping. So I'm going to flare here. I'm going to flare like kind of up here, you know, like here, right? And then, and this is where, you know, this is where guts comes in, pal. And I don't remember if you had smoke or not. But if you have smoke, once you're here, you're going to flare right here. Okay, and again, I don't know your gunboat situation, but assuming you have plenty, you're going to flare right here. You're going to smoke, smoke, smoke. Okay. depending on your positioning, before the smoke clears, you need to already have this stuff shocked. You're up here now, right? So you're shocking this. They're going to fight this flamethrower, hopefully have another shock, flare that mortar. Then, once all that's gone, once you fought this stuff, then flare back over here, fight this stuff, and you may even get the win there, pal. So better than you. You may have proved you were better than me by taking the win, but I think I proved that I was better than you by, talking you through what you should have done. But I do want to watch it again. Like, you seem familiar, like, better than you. We need to talk, because you can't use them all the time. But if you know how to use riflemen, and more importantly, when to use riflemen. Oh, that's why it's clicking. I didn't see. That's why I was just going, because you had one remaining. Okay, cool. So that's what's going on there. So if you know how to use them and are willing to, master the art of knowing when to use them. And Zorok, yeah, you got the win, but we've discussed this. You can't mix rifle with Zuka, and this thing was wide open. So if you didn't win here, I might kind of had to fire you anyway. Not sure why you're bombing that flamethrower. Like, you have shock. Like, you can position yourself and shock that. But let's see what he's got. And see what's happening. That's why, that is why riflemen aren't helping you. Because they were sitting there taking damage. And it's just not useful to anybody. Just not useful. But either way, you got the win, so good job. So congratulations. Y'all did it in like 6 attacks. When we see Gambit, we really prefer to beat it in 3 if possible. And it's not all about high level. It's about, there were boom cannons up here. Just dedicate one low attack to just go clear this and barrage any mines that are going to be in the way, or artillery any mines. Really, after that, we've done it in 2, because then once you clear these mines and clear this, you can load up Zukas, flare them up to here, flare them up to here, shock, and again, there's always variables, but, hey, good attack. Oh, but this one, I have to give y'all one difference is y'all had all these rockets to deal with, so, that is that. So, good job. Either way, guys, I think y'all are very close. Just some minor adjustments. Like, not even that much. Just, we got to get the rifle out of there, and we can't go in with these low-level weak tanks. Just, I promise, your, okay hookah will be better than your weak tanks. They just will be. Okay? It's a numbers thing. Boom Beach is a numbers thing. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Avengers, I want to thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to hang out with me, taking the time to get your stuff together, get your intel together, and then reach out to me and say, hey, man, come back, please, and let's do this thing. And that's what this is not about me. This is about you guys. I'm going to teach you guys to be the team that you want to be, because I have my own team. So now it's only, and the team's like, it's fun, and I love my team, and I love hanging out with my team. But, I think the most fun that I had was training my team. And now that they're kind of all trained, it's like, oh, well, now what do I do? So now I train other teams, gives me something to do. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. So thank you so much, as always, for watching. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please be safe.